Welcome to the Hampshire 1900 start for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 16th of October 1942, which is only a few months on from the end of the last part, simply because I want to start planning a lot more work for the game to do. Plus the fact is there's a couple of things I want to talk about, and I didn't want to postpone it until 1943, but we will be able to get to 1943 and take a look at the whatever research is available. In the last part we researched television, which is now in the process of being built with a high priority. Now another problem I spotted after finishing the video was that we've got a little bit of a problem here with respect to this store, especially as I want to expand the workforce out this way. I mean, it's working at the moment, but eventually what often happens is this will fill up and then they will say that there's not enough sellers. So what we're going to do is go for a little bit of an upgrade here with respect to our overall capacity, and just want to make sure that these guys are on the case. Yeah, they're on there. They just need to get it together. Over here, we're making really good progress with our new industrial site. What I have done is I've actually put some workers into here. But why is that not? Oh, we've got no power supply. Great. I thought I was in range of the power. Oh, we got this here. That needs to be built. Once that's built, the coal ore will flow up into here, and then we'll need to see if we can get a workforce into here so that we can get the coal. What I'm trying to do is get a nice stockpile of coal into here to be able to get going. If we go up to Eastleigh as part of it, what I'm thinking about Southampton is that not in the short term. I think what we're going to do is just get a working population here so that we can actually get a few things done. And then what I want to do is possibly turn this area into quite a big recycling center. So we're going to have to put it out here, possibly even down here actually, so that we can bring stuff in by ship, and also that will also give us a port facility here for other stuff. Now, one thing I did have a problem with, and I forgot all about in the last part, and that is that I shut this down because it was draining all the wood out of here. So what I'm thinking of doing is seeing if there's any way I can change this to some wood production, because I think we got enough coming in here. So I think what we're going to do is set this for demolition. I think at the moment my construction office, wherever you are, I think we're actually gone back to board pickup. Okay, so you've got no boards. Right, it says source without bricks or boards. Okay, so what we'll do is we've got plenty of money and get there, put the bricks on there as well. So if we got no bricks, let's just see what's going on. Well, it says there's bricks. Why are you telling me that you don't have any bricks? Or is it because you're meant to be there? Yeah, I think we can operate like that for the prefab panels and stuff like that for the moment. Should be a train coming up here delivering bricks. Let's see if we got... Oh, you're just a redundant vehicle. Why are you... Okay, we'll just get rid of this line. course, he's got to go to a gas station because he's been sat around doing nothing. Have I messed up my delivery route by train? Let me just check. Just love this game sometimes. This game. No, it looks like we've just woken the train up. Anyway, beyond that easterly, we're just going to build up Southampton slowly over time because I want to keep the action in Milford-on-Sea and Warstock. Now, I've actually messed myself up a little bit because I was going to get a better track layer, but if I come in here and look at the available track layers that are here, or track builders. So we got some here. We got one top speed 5, another one 13, and I think at the moment are we running coal, or I think we're running diesel, aren't we, at the moment? Here, yep. Now the track layer I wanted, we'd have to go back all the way to here, because this is one of the quirks of the game in the sense that what you can buy with respect to trains, even trucks actually, is related to the one I wanted is this one here. It says speed 25. In fact, we got one even better here. It's this one here I want is this one. It's got top speed of 35 with a this one's even better. This has got a top speed of 65 and a loading speed of 32. I think that's the one that we're currently using here. But the problem is I can't buy at the border, and if we go back to Warstock, of course what I've done is I've got this guy laying the electrified track here at the moment very, very slowly, and it is going to be very, very slowly. So until I re-establish this connection here, there's no point me buying a track builder over what we call it easterly, because I won't be able to send it because there is no connection at the moment. And so that is the current situation. Now what I want to do, I've done a little bit of kind of leveling out here, is I want to put a proper sewage system in to give a permanent fix to this area here. In fact, we've got some over 21s in here. I think what I want to do is I want a bus stop here to start with, but where can I put it? I mean, we're going to expand out this way, so I think what I'll do is I want to put a bus stop here. I think you go bus platform that can pick up quite a few people. In fact, if I put it, I'm going to flip it that way. No, if I put it that way. Actually, I am going to put it this way because I think a lot of workers are going to go that way. And I just want to put you in like that. With the one right road coming there like that. Where's that? It's easily garbage collector. I think this game, when it comes to fire, has a bit of an obsession with garbage pickup points. That's been detected. That's good. What I will do is put in the crew helper just as a backup if these are a bit too short. Anyway, yeah, I've noticed that in my community research game that I'm playing off camera. I mean, in that game, I've only got a couple of garbage containers, but the game seems to keep targeting them and wanting to burn them down. I don't know why, but it's very antisocial. Right, what we're going to do here is put in a there. I knew this. I leveled this deliberately before starting the video just to save a bit of time. I wouldn't mind, if possible, pushing out this a bit. Okay, whoops, not underground. It's I'm gonna push this down here a little bit as well, just to give us a little bit more room and also a little bit more height, because this area is very suspiciously flat, and I am a little bit worried about whether we get the inclines for the overall thingy. Right, so mod, we're going to use my favorite one, sewage treatment. I'm going to put this one in here, try and get the input pipes, and so I'm going to drop you in there like that. And of course what we can do is now use our large pipe from here. I want it to go wide-ish and connect up to there, so because eventually this will also be providing the waste processing from this area when we go industrialize this area. So it may look like overkill at the moment, but it will have an effect. I'm trying to think, where can I put this? We can get you in. Cannot build due to. Yeah, we can get it in here. If I put a slight angle there, hopefully we'll get a footpath connection to there. Oh, it's a little bit too close to that pipe. We may have to do a demolition job. Oh no, game's obliged. Actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to put actually, if I can go this way up, so we can. It's proper slope. Okay, that's not going to work. Just demolish you. Just put the contour lines on. Apologies that I'm not going to be able to see very well. I think if we put the switch about there, that might work. Put it that way round, and then again I'm just going to try and put that off there so that we can bring. So we now got all this connected up. That can go there. And of course what we're going to do is get these guys, because I want this place to be healthy. So gonna, okay, that doesn't exist, that doesn't exist, that's okay, we can fix that. Get all this built in, push you over there. Footpath, and go to that road there. And of course we are going to need power out here as well for the septic tank, so we're going to need to find a power connection. Although I have to admit, again, I know I keep referring back to community research, is I've developed a little bit of an obsession recently with respect to the what we call it, using wind turbines. I don't think I've built as many wind turbines as I have with my community. You've got power. Oh, good. Kill two birds with one stone here. We kind of stretch you to about there. Like that. Actually, let me just check that drain again. Where is it? There. So that doesn't need it. Okay, let me just check. That doesn't, but eventually we will have. What is that then? Oh, it's heat exchange. Okay, right. I'm gonna get the ground crews picked up everything here. About my concrete mixer, guys. Where are you? I wish if there was a way. I know we've got all the different ones. Not here. These across here, but I wish there was a way. Actually, maybe we can. I can find it. Where? Just whoops. Where is? That's the demolition crew. Got these guys here, ground crew, concrete crew. Right, I keep meaning to set this up. So if we go to 5, I wish there was a way that you could name these somehow. And what I can do now is go to 5. I don't understand why can't I allocate you? Okay. It's not above ground. Oops. Helps if I actually turn that on as well, because of course I was assigning that. Explains why that can't be done. Get you on there. Let's make sure all these have got the concrete guys. Actually, one thing I do need to check with my ground crew up here is, yeah, you've got to pick up prefabs, because of course we're building concrete, so we're going to need a prefab. So hopefully we can get all this built in, solve the sanitation here, and once we've done that, I can then start thinking about industrializing here. The more I think about it, the more I feel that we need a really big another silo up here with some serious food production and alcohol production. And then the idea will be, I think I've already discussed this in the past, is that this will find some way to get a rail link in round to here, so that we can ship the crops from here over to here, which will work with this as well, because at the moment this is a little bit wasted, because we've got trucks here. Let me just see. Yeah, you can see at the moment it's because we're on the 30th of November and the silos are nice and full. But just to give you a bit of a run round and show you, at the moment you can see again we've got this full. So at the moment we're kind of wasting crops here. Now, one thing I do want to do, I want to do a little bit of a sneaky trick here. Where are you getting your fertilizer from? Yeah, you're getting a little bit of bio fertilizer here. I'm going to come back to that because it's a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. And it's going to be a little bit sneaky, and I'm going to apologise in advance that it's not particularly straight up above, so we've lost all these crops at the moment. On the positive side is that the crops rotting in the fields push the fertility back to 150%. Right, what else do we need to do? Oh yeah, I want to start thinking, we've got this road coming out here, we've got a definite rail link here, because what I want is a stronger road connection to Lymington, which means we've got to build in the orthodox bridges here. Just wondering, we can just put a road bridge here. I mean, I think there is a road bridge. I mean, rather than going all the way up round there, I think what we will do is, it's not like it's going to be blocking major transport, and we're going to keep this road going this way. In fact, I think I'm just going to pause while we just do this. We're going to put a road bridge here. Oh wow. Okay. Sneaked over. Actually, I'm not that happy with that. Let's delete that. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to straighten this road out, and we're going to send it, we're going to start with not panel roads, gravel roads. I'm going to run you like that. I'm going to put the mud road back in, because of course this is our road for the scrappers. Oh wow, we're gonna have it's gonna be a challenge. Let's see if we can get you. Oh, that actually went a lot easier than I thought it would. And then where was it? The bridge was roughly across here, wasn't it? The reason I want a direct road access to Leamington is simply down to the fact that I want to start thinking about developing Leamington as a centre. Let's see. We've got a road out of there and a road out of here. I think to begin with, we're going to get rid of these fields. These were just put in purely for cosmetic reasons for the game. So, I mean, they don't really contribute very much to the overall process. We've got a road into Leamington there, so my instinct is to build a road out like that, and got a road junction here. It's a bit difficult to see it in the snow. Actually, what we'll accept that, delete that. Actually, I'm going to delete all of it, because I just thought this could be a very busy road in its own way. So if I get rid of you, trim you back a long way, and what we will do here, just turn the grid on. Grid's as good as useless. We're going to build a roundabout here. I think that will help the flow of traffic. Snapping's not helping. Trim you back here. Put you there. And then we'll put another road like that. We'll get rid of you for the moment. Get rid of that node there. I mean, eventually this will become asphalt. Once we got the asphalt plant up and running. And then we'll run you directly into there. So we've now got beginnings of a road to come into here. Now what have we got here? Get rid of that. We've got nice technical offices. I think my instinct now is to come out here. We've got the road there. We've got a little bit of space here. Actually, we've got quite a big space here. We've got waste being dropped off there. Can I get a construction office in here? I don't want a big one. I just want one that will flip that the other way. I get you in. Oh, look at that. Great. And what this is going to be is the road crew. Simply because we're going to really need to push out fairly fast. I'm going to bump the priority to that. How are you doing? I'm going to get that built. And then what we can do is let these guys go full on. We've got 5,000 tons of gravel, so it's not like we're going to have a bit of a problem. And then we'll push this road out here. My instinct is that we could make, because this is, well, we might send a road up this way because although we have got this connection to the border, I'm still thinking about what I want to do here. My instinct is to build a small town here, but I'm not exactly sure what benefit we've got. Let me just see. Let's have a think. We got uranium over there. We got them now. Got the road to Livington, which is here. We've got Beauty, but we're not allowed to bridge the Beauty River. We can cheat here because we're in the upper reaches. We could possibly cross over there. So what I could do is build a road network across in this direction, so that we could be looking at getting some uranium production going. Don't know why I got the game on pause. But at the same time, I want to bring the motorway down because the M27 kind of comes. I don't think it's the M27 though. I think the M27 goes towards Ringwood, but there's a main road coming down here that comes down towards Milford-on-Sea. So we do need to develop that road. But my instinct is that, well, think about it. It's the same old story, you know, that things will develop over time. I mean, we've got a population of 22,000. Let me just shoot up to Eastleigh and see if we've got that brick delivery. The game hasn't got lost or done anything a bit wacky doodle. Yeah, we've got 71 tons of bricks there. I think my inclination is we might need to push that up a little bit as we go. What are we doing here? Shove you into there. Just to... I wouldn't mind queue up docks. I think what I'm going to do for the moment is we're going to let these guys repeat for the moment. It's a bit risky, but then if we've got lots of vehicles kind of waiting around, I think our scrapyard. Wow. Okay, we got a fair amount of steel coming here. We got this here. Something tells me. Well, what's that? Why have I got an electric substation here? Oh, we've got no power supply for the distrib. Okay, let me just let you guys build this in your own time. Right, let's just get back to see. Okay, we've nearly finished the first bit of track to here. It's got a tiny little bit. Then of course what he's got to do is go back and then do it all over again with respect to electronics, and then we'll have to build the other section there. One problem I have actually noticed, one thing I haven't checked actually, is if I come here. Okay, have you run out of work? Because yeah, there's one thing I did detect here when I was checking. Let me just see. It's not mods. What am I on about? Is kind of a bit of an oversight. If I do a shift, is we got this bit of track here. Let's remove these signals from here. Okay, we're gonna have to electrify that bit of track whether I like it or not. I've accidentally dragged into here. Hopefully the construction train will do the honours. Well, he's detected it, so are you coming this way? Let me just see. Okay, let me just see how well this guy goes. I mean, technically he's only electrifying the track. I'm a bit worried that he may not find his way back again, so we may have to give him a little bit of temporary assistance here. So I just want to keep an eye on him doing this as well. Plus it's pretty cool actually watching the track layers. Again, we'll just do that for the... Oh wow, look at that. That is got to be the thumbnail. Come, you can do it. If you don't get there, you're going to get stuck. You've got to get all the way to there. Oh, you can do it. If not, we'll just have to give him a little bit of an assist and tell him to return to the depot. Nope, he's run out of workforce at the moment. Luckily he's not interfering with the train going that way. Let's see what's going on up here. Yeah, because it's winter. Winter is always a problem at the moment. Something tells me that I actually need a proper... Actually, I think what I will do... Can we get a small technical office in here? What's the smallest technical office we got here? This is... Actually, that fits quite nice. The only trouble is it's a bit close to there. See, my instinct is to put the technical services there. Yeah, I think if we put you there, bump that to high priority. Should have done this some time ago. How are you guys doing? Okay, how's the... Where's he gone? Oh, he's worked his own way out, actually. That's good. So we can get them going there. Yeah, I think if I put a technical office in here, what we can do then is put some snow plows in here, and of course there's only one way out, so what they can do is actually work with this, and then they will keep this road clear even if they're actually going out somewhere else. Okay, so that got that fixed. Let me just see, just want to check the quite a lot of crops in this area. Our kind of shopping mall here is doing quite well, and we're now on the 14th of January. So what I want to do is we're going to go and check the research, see what we've got in the way of research. Well, where are you? There it is there. Wow, what we got here? We got metro, we got modern railway construction office. What does this do? Establish a modern railway construction office, especially designed for diesel track machines, optimizing construction processes with advanced diesel powered equipment. Underground metro, uranium enrichment. I must admit, I think we're going to go with underground metro, because of course what that will do is if that opens up all this, we can start thinking about a metro system. Yeah, that would work really well with what I want to do here. We could build a metro system here, connect it into the main line, and then what we could do is build a town. I don't think we've got, I don't really want to work this area anymore with the steel mill. What I was thinking is that we actually push out this way. Wow, hey, these guys are doing quite well. They're nearly back to here. That fits in quite well, because what I was thinking is, and it's a complete contradiction in terms actually, because Fareham is quite a small town in real life, and it was really much dependent on the naval dockyards and farming, although I think it's got a little bit more modern and technical now. But I think Fareham is going to be, what's the flat area here? Yeah, I think Fareham is going to be the worker resource for our steel industry, which we're going to put in this area. The problem we're going to have, is that we're also going to need to find some way to drive this up here, this iron mine. Now, towards the end of the game, I want to build a major town up here to feed all the iron mines. But the moment is we need to get a workforce up to here. I think for this one, as somebody suggested in the comments, so apologies, I can't remember who it was a long time ago, is using a cableway to get the iron down here. The thing that I do want to consider, we don't have a full size, we've got full size iron mine. We do have the full sized steel mill. So the steel mill is good. The iron ore processing is a little bit iffy. So what we're probably going to have to do is plan a major steel industry, wire it up with a metro system coming in from there. If you watch my previous series, you'll be aware that I created a place called Stilton, and I put a full-blooded metro system into that. And bearing in mind that this is going to have to be a major steel industry that's going to drive the whole map. So that is going to be something that we're really going to need to think about. Also going to need to think about pollution. So yeah, we've got coal from here, although it's going to be a bit naff. So I think we're going to plan for the future with respect to the steel mill, but the actual infrastructure that supplies that steel mill, is going to have to be kind of a bit antiquated until we get through the 15 years to open up. What was it? Requires modern industry. I can never remember. I think it's in 1950s, isn't it? So I can never remember modern industry. There it is there, 1958, just on the prelude of the 1960s. In fact, just think about it, 1943, we're technically in the middle of the Second World War at the moment. So that is good. We've got research, we've got this area here. And of course, what we're also going to do is build a steel industry down here. But this steel industry is going to be very dependent on importing the iron ore, or the iron. Oh, fire, where are you? Maidstone. That sounds a bit possibly risky. No, it's not. It's right smack bang in here. So how are we doing here? I think we'll push the priority on this. In fact, what we'll do is these guys are probably sat around twiddling their thumbs. Yeah, wow, I've got a lot of maintenance to do. So Emsworth warehouse. So let me just see. You can build that. Where's Emsworth cargoes? Oh yeah. These are. What I've started doing is, let me just do. That's a tractor. I can't assign a tractor specifically to the. And you can build that, and we'll give a worker assist from these guys. So you can give that assist to that, to that, to that. And oh, we've got the bus station is finished, but we don't. That's not particularly that important. But we do need those built. Yeah, what I've done is I've started telling these guys to start putting this together. Actually, we'll put. Where's the? It's 5, isn't it? 1, 5. The reason I'm building this up, and we're not going to use it too quickly, but what I want to do is be able that flexibility to, because eventually, if you think about it, if we build food production over there, we're going to need to bring food in here to feed more stock once all this is shut down. Because what eventually, once the major production industry is, we'll take some of this away, which will give us a little bit of spare workforce for other things, but that will work quite well. Okay, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that, and I think just to wind up now, we're just going to go round, see if our friendly guy, the trainers, can he get assigned that to? Probably going to tell me he can't do it. No signals here. What he probably needs to do is build this first into here, so that he can go up here and then build that, and then build that back to there. Because if he can get into here, he can turn around. Technically, they can turn around here, but the game seems to prefer this link. So if he builds into there, and then we'll have a fully electrified track in here, and with a little bit of wastage, but that's okay. And then what I want to do is I have to remove these signals, I think, at the moment. Just do a quick, yeah. All this area will need to be done, but I don't want to electrify or replace these because this crossover eventually will be demolished. So we're going to get that there. Oh yeah, one thing, has this been demolished? Yeah, look at that. Okay. What I am going to do, we're going to have to balance the boards here. Question is where there is there, so we can get a sawmill in here. On a wood cutting post, I want a sawmill. That's the carpenter's post. That's the full-size sawmill. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish the road back to demolish the road, and then we'll rebuild it, and then we'll get what these guys may have to do is share this as well, so that we can produce the lumber here. And of course what we could do then is send it down to here. Let me just see, put 287 tons of boards in there, maybe a little bit smaller, and what we can do is store the boards in there, and then we can ship the boards around the map should it be necessary. Although to be honest, I've never been a great fan of actual doing the boards. Actually, where do the boards come from down here? Let me just see, am I importing the boards? Okay, we're importing boards. That's all. Television. We've got television going. We need loyalty. Okay, wow. We have television. I would like, if possible, to get that. Because, wow, we've got average 60% government loyalty. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, let me just... I was going to wind the video up, but I want to do this first, guys. We can really rock here. We're putting to 45. What we got to do now, well, I'll show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll do the rest off camera, guys, because what we're going to do now is, if we've got 60% loyalty, I've absolutely no idea where that came from, to be honest. We've got to trouble is we've got to find all the schools and secret police. Yeah, up to 50%. Prisoner loyalty. That we're going to make ourselves a very law-abiding population. There should be a school in here somewhere. Anyway, what I'm going to do is go all the way around the map and increase the loyalty across the map, so that we can get a real benefit from that to even see push. I don't think we're going to get much higher than 60%. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.